bruising is gonna happen.
I hope this isn't better.
But chafing is the issue. Good job. So, feminists. I am clearly perfectly okay with women's sexuality. So, are you guys familiar with the term third wave feminist? Or as I like to refer to them, Tumblr feminists. Guess what I think of them? Okay, so the TLDR is, first wave feminism was, hey, maybe women should be able to own property in their own name and vote. Second wave feminism, as I understand it, was more, maybe women's sports teams should be funded the same as men's sports teams, and, you know, maybe women should not be discouraged from entering STEM majors. When I say STEM, that's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, which is the highest paid group of undergraduate majors that you can get. So, any high school students in here, if you're planning to do an undergrad degree, do not fucking get a liberal arts degree unless you get a technical liberal arts degree like theater tech, or like you're specifically working on directing. There was that guy in here, he worked 9 years on sort of the what was it, like the manga director.
And he's still about 10 years from success.
And he's still about 10 years from success. He has switched majors to film the direction, right? And Kevin Smith went for a long time and then dropped out for film school. Technical stuff, yes, if you're doing liberal arts. But like women's studies, let me tell you my guess of the highest paid women's studies major working in women's studies outside of post-secondary. 35 grand, because the NDP just raised minimum wage to $15.
Did they actually do it?
They have said they are raising it by 2018 or something. It's going to be graduated, right? So yeah. I have opinions about that, but fuck it, whatever. I'm not the one that has to worry about low income. So, as I understand it, $10 is the current minimum wage. As I understand it, $10 will not cover rent in Calgary. So. Yeah, minimum wage is meant to be minimum living wage, so I don't have a problem with raising minimum wage there. I think there are maybe some problems from a 60% or a 40% increase in minimum wage that will work itself out in ways that may be unfortunate for a limited section of the population, but there's trade-offs in every economic decision. So while I am not a raging frothy about socialist left-wing NDP voter, I can't really object that hard to the minimum wage increase. What was I talking about? Sex? Feminism. So third wave feminism builds on first and second wave feminism. In the same way that shitting all over a canvas and putting it up in an art gallery builds on the work of Degas. Degas is a French painter. He's very famous. Third wave feminism basically says the genders are equal except men are worse. Rabid third wave feminism is closer to a penis is a moral evil, but we can solve this problem by getting rid of them. Some examples of less wild-eyed third wave feminist attempts to modify how society operates. I don't have a problem with trying to modify how society operates. I do have a problem with third wave feminism, or what third wave feminism is trying to do. You guys are aware of that whole women firefighters thing? Yeah. Some blank stares. Anybody not familiar with the whole idea? Okay, so. The issue is that some women want to be firefighters. I'm okay with this, or soldiers, or whatever, right? And soldiers is maybe a little bit of a different issue, but let's say just firefighters. Some women want to be firefighters. Okay. Women having approximately 1 to 10% max of the minimum blood testosterone levels of men are challenged when trying to build strength and muscle mass to the same degree that men do. Okay, so I left weight, although I've covered that in other years. When men lift weights, they lift heavy weights, and then their testosterone in their blood goes, oh, we need stressed muscles, we must adapt. We'll take some protein and pack it in here, and muscles go, bam, right? And so everybody's happy. Women lift weights. Now, women can build muscle, no problem. But women have 1/10 at best, they have 1/10 the testosterone level of men. So when women say, I don't want to get too bulky, and they're thinking of, like, you guys see the figure models they had today? Yeah, so they had a figure model competition. There were some women. Those women have been lifting weights for like minimum 2 years, probably closer to 5, and for this competition, they fucking starved themselves, right? They looked fantastic in a technical way, maybe not your thing. Those women were not particularly bulky. Like, if they were some of them were just wearing normal clothes, and all you noticed when you walked by was, oh god damn, thank you for yoga pants. Okay? For a woman to look bulky requires, to build that much muscle, requires like either genetic freak or actually taking steroids, which are blood testosterone. You have testosterone in the blood, and then your muscles go, oh, okay. So here's the thing, they've done some studies with dudes. If a dude does nothing, he gains no strength or muscle. If a dude lifts weights, he gets, let's say, the number 5. I'm trying to remember a study I read recently. If a dude does weights, he gets 5 muscle. If he sits down and does nothing but injects testosterone, he gets 6 muscle. Because the testosterone goes, hey, let's build muscle. That's what I do. I do a bunch of other shit, but let's build muscle. Hey, there's protein. Pack it into the muscles. Yeah, get bigger, get stronger. If a dude lifts weight and injects test, he gets about a 13 in terms of muscle. Okay, and I can't remember what the symbols are, but he gets a 13, right? So you lift weight and you take steroids, you get massively ripped, right? Women need that to get bulky. If women are not dosing themselves with steroids, okay, ladies, go to the gym, lift heavy fucking weights, 3 sets of 5 reps until failure, right? So your last set, you should like barely be able to get it up, always have good form. Definitely squat. Squat for dad booting. You will not get bulky, I promise. It's awesome. Okay. Here's the problem. Men firefighters need to knock down doors. They have axes and shit. They need to carry, I don't know, like 60, 100 pounds of firefighting equipment into a burning building, right? They need to drag unconscious bodies of civilians or fellow firefighters out of goddamn burning buildings at a rapid pace because the building's coming down. Women firefighters need to do the exact same thing. Okay? If they're capable of doing that exact same thing, does anyone have a problem? Like, does anyone think tits means that they can't carry people? No. No. If they can meet the strength standard, because there's wimpy ass dudes that cannot lift what my roommate is 100 pounds soaking wet, 5'4", right? And she's like, hey, watch this, and grabs 120 pound dudes and just goes, She works out. Like, she has piggybacked me for short distances. But I'm like, okay, right? She lifts 105 pounds soaking wet and can carry me, like not far. But what I'm saying is, it's not like women are incapable of building strength. The problem is that there is discussion that some women want to be firefighters and have severe challenges, this is mine, I hope, meeting the physical requirements that men meet. Third wave feminists, in general, respond to this problem by saying it is society's moral obligation for the, Maslow's hierarchy fulfillment of those women to lower the standards for female firefighters. Hands up if you think that is a great idea.
I already did it.
Not a lot of third wave feminists in this crowd. Tumblr thinks this is fucking a fabulous idea. Can anyone suggest to me a reason this might backfire someday?
We're going to have a lot of dead firefighters here.
That is one of the reasons. You have a hand up?
We had to up the weight lift for the joining firefighters recently, so.
They had to increase the lift limit because they have more shit to carry.
Obesity.
Oh, right. Because fucking obesity, don't get me started. You get me started, it's hilarious. Goddamn 400-pound ham planets trying to do their best candle impression in a burning building. No, seriously, I've read some accounts by like funeral homes in the States, and the States have, I mean, Canada has some badasses, but there are places in the States that are just like, 400 is normal now. And they do cremations, right? Fat burns better than muscle and skin. They had to shut down a crematorium because they tried to burn a 400-pound fat ass. And it's like, okay, basically, imagine your oven, right? And you have a recipe with a lot of butter. And you're like, okay, fine. And then imagine that same recipe, only someone takes like 8 of those 2-cup sticks of butter and puts that on top. And the butter goes, blah, and then boom, and your house burns down. That's what happens when a 400-pound land whale gets lit on fire for a crematorium. So they actually had to shut it down because it burned, or part started to burn the crematorium down. There are crematoriums that now officially respond with, look, we are not equipped to deal with people of that weight. I mean, if you want to call them people. No, seriously. They're like, the hospitals are like, dude, our beds assumed that anytime you got to 500 pounds, you were already dead. And 800 people show up, and they're like, well, I guess we can push 2 of them together. Like, I don't know about if there's Calgary beds like this, but it's My 600-Pound Life. Have you seen that one? Yeah. One success story. There was a woman who like, oh no, I rolled over and squished my kid, and she actually lost enough weight that she got down to like 300 pounds and could walk around. Everybody was so proud of her. 300 pounds is a super rare achievement. Oh my God, what's wrong with this world? So yeah, but hey, female firefighters, don't worry about it. You only have to bench like 20 pounds. So, third wave feminism is based on limited experience, seems like a good idea. Based on reality, there are some impacts that are not seen from the third wave feminist position. And here's where we get back to the fedoras. Because there are men who are not just, it's not just fedoras who decide, oh no, I'm not going to date. And they're not being religious about it. They're called, I believe, men going their own way. And what it is, I mean, third wave feminism is like there's probably a women's studies group in this college, in the University of Calgary somewhere, I assume. And they're shouting about a lot of shit. And what happens is men, I mean, and a lot of these guys are like not terribly experienced in life when they first start encountering this, and they think all women are like this, and they're not, but they consistently, especially on a university campus, they consistently encounter women. Oh, where are you going? I was going to talk about fetishes again.
Right back.
Good.
Getting out of here as fast as I can.
Another one is joined! So, these guys, they start, I mean, maybe they start dating in high school, maybe they start dating in university, and they start encountering these women who tell them, my identity as a woman is central to our relationship. You must be beholden to my needs, to my requirements for emotional fulfillment. And so how this, like these women are, I assume, honestly attempting to seize initiative and live a full and happy life in a world that they presume to be actively opposed to their happiness, which is how women's studies faculties get funded. But, so these women have this limited, like, rich girl college experience, and they're like, yeah, the Starbucks guy stared at my tits when I was making an order. Honey, you're wearing a spaghetti strap shirt with no bra in January. You can cut glass. The girls were looking. No, that man. Okay, so they have a firm like, I can dress however I want, and other people have an obligation to react in the ways I prefer. there is a moral obligation, like don't rape, don't paw people, don't. I mean, my right to throw punches ends where your nose starts, right? So, but the problem is there is also shit like. Okay, so there's the argument, the pro-rape argument, like, well, she was asking for it. Well, she wore a mini skirt in the bad part of town. That's why she got raped. No, that's not why she got raped. She got raped because a fucking rapist raped her, right? But, and I'm not saying that such a woman is in any way at fault, but there is a distinct lack of wisdom, lack of